Dr. Rawal. My name is Grady. I'm an incoming freshman at Foothill, and I'm interested in all things STEM. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Dr. Mona Rawal. I teach in two departments at Foothill College. I used to teach for 8 years in the philosophy department, and after that I got hired in the humanities department on the tenure track position. So now I am in the humanities department. So I teach now in two departments, philosophy as well as humanities. It's been 10 years. I complete a decade teaching at Foothill College. So I'm a very, very proud faculty over here. I think this is one of the best places to work at. And I think Foothill College is rated and ranked as the best community college in the nation. So I'm very proud to be here.
Yeah. So can you tell me a little bit about the Applied Humanities Center, why you started it, and what your interest is in the area?
Okay, the Applied Humanities Center was actually started by faculty both at Foothill and De Anza College. We are faculty from the humanities department. Every faculty from the Foothill College and some faculty from the De Anza College together, we started this center as a group project in which some of us, it is a quarterly thing in which all of us engage in project-based innovations in learning, pedagogy. And what we do is we try to bring up projects which bring out critical analysis of certain issues that are concerning the community or the society from a humanistic perspective. It could be in technology. Some of the projects that we have worked on, 2 years ago we had a conference on being human in the age of AI. This spring we had a conference in AI and ethics. What are the ethical and moral concerns of technology, especially with AI? And then our future project with AI is AI and mental health and disability, how AI is helping people with disabilities and mental health. And the second project is creativity and AI, how AI is going to affect the way we be creative in future. So we are collaborating with many divisions in our own college. We create opportunities to collaborate with the STEM division. We are now in future going to collaborate with the finance division as well as the tools for learning and the disability center. So we try to collaborate with all the divisions. We don't like to live in a silo and work. We are community based and we try to collaborate as much as with our Foothill community. And then we also have an outreach program in which we go outside in the community. We invite community members to speak. In our Ethics in AI conference, we had people speak from the industry. Like we had people who work as ethicists in Google who were the panelists and who gave presentations on concerns of ethics in AI technology. We had a professor from Stanford who teaches a class on ethics in data science. So we have people from the industry also come and talk about the humanistic perspectives of dealing with technology. So this is more a project-based student as well as faculty collaborated activity, and it is quarterly activity, but every quarter one professor leads a project and some others may or may not help them, but every quarter a faculty gets a stipend to begin and end a project and come with meaningful outcomes from that project, which will benefit not only the Foothill and De Anza community, but the community colleges at large. So this is much more of a project-based learning, but this whole center was, formed so that we apply whatever we think about the human experiences, how we can apply our knowledge about human experiences and representations and symbolic, perspectives of all of these representations into our pedagogy as well as in the community at large. So that is what the center is all about. It is in its infancy. It is growing larger and larger. We have a very big seminar coming up, as well as we have this big project in which one of our professors, Natalie Latteri, is going to talk about conspiracy theories. She has a series of workshops on conspiracy theories, and she's going to explore how conspiracy theories affect the society that we live in and bring social change. And we move in a direction where we should or should not move because of these conspiracy theories. So she has a very strong project under this center coming up this fall. And then, of course, I am taking my students on a national competition for Ethics Bowl under this particular um, center. So our center is having a very, very huge repertoire of events, and many of them are lined up for the whole year. I think it's a very exciting place for all of us to practice humanity and not only just teach humanities.
What got you interested in the field?
I think that as we grow, especially in the Silicon Valley, with so much of technology being invented over here, Silicon Valley could be the mother of all the technologies that are going on, at least in the United States. I would say that there is a need for being human in this world of AI and in this world of technology. I think there is a need to be socially responsible, morally mindful about everything that's happening. And I think this humanistic perspective is all about being socially responsible and aware about the ethical implications of all that is going on. And I think this got me interested, that I think humanities is what most of the STEM now needs in order to, ground themselves in reality. Of course, progress doesn't only happen with success, progress also happens with mindful beginnings with this kind of successful endeavors that STEM takes. So we want to collaborate with STEM and give them that humanistic perspective of how things should go when technology soars high.
So how can students benefit from the Applied Humanities Center?
I think students will get a perspective about critically thinking and evaluating everything that surrounds them these days, be it social media, be it technology, be it economic, financial, growth, whatever. In every aspect, in every area of life, just as you need philosophical insights in order to evaluate every aspect of your life, in the same way, I think you need a humanistic perspective in order to evaluate the opportunities that you have as a student. And I think every student will benefit from this lens of being human, no matter what. Whatever you are surrounding yourself with, in the end, you should not forget that being human is one of the highest virtues you need to practice. And that comes from this center. We teach you how to practice the humanistic element around you when you are surrounded by all of these things in your life. So I think my students are going to really benefit from this center. They're always invited to every single event that happens over here. In fact, we promote our events mostly to our students more than anyone. So we generally want our students to get engaged, to get involved, and to grow from this center.
So how does the emerging technologies impact the Applied Humanities Center?
I think it impacts us in a very strong way. The very first event that we had for this center was being human in the world of AI. So since we live in the Silicon Valley, I think that these emerging technologies are everywhere around us. They have become a part and a parcel of everything that we do in our life these days. From the time we wake up till we sleep, we are surrounded by these kind of emerging technologies. And to ground ourselves with all of these things that are surrounding us, I think, is what we provide our students with. We help them, we give them the tools to evaluate how these technologies should and must affect their life, to what level they should affect, what should be the quality of their life when all of these emerging technologies are surrounding them. So we give them tools to manage their, logic around using these technologies and not being just, these robots that are just using the technology not mindfully. So I think it gives our students a very strong tool. I mean, these kind of, the humanities department especially gives them this tool to look at various aspects or various angles or various. It's like giving them a kaleidoscopic view of how things can happen in future when you take these technologies in with you further, right? You could be an excellent scientist, you could be an excellent, Uber driver, you could be an excellent person in any field that you go to if you have the power of critically thinking through whatever you're using as a technology. So I think emerging technologies has become a very important part of our center, and at least one event through the year will always be centered towards the appropriate use of these technologies that we are going through.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that ethics and AI workshop that you mentioned earlier?
Yes, that was a workshop that was created specially so to make people aware of the ethical implications of how AI would affect the future of humanity. And then there are so many things that, of course, these days, even if we talk, we are totally being tracked and traced everywhere. We have Alexas and we have, Google and we have Siri and all of these listening to us all the time. There is a question about privacy that we are not very mindful about. I mean, it's just like me and my husband were talking about a friend's divorce, and the next thing, in just 1 minute, when my husband picked up his phone to look, and he was having an advertisement about divorce lawyers on his phone. So you can think that, technology is listening to you no matter what. We did not ask technology, give me a divorce lawyer's, phone number, but they just heard us making conversation about someone and they thought we need some, help. So my point over here is that we are not safe and secured when we are sharing so much of our data everywhere, and that's where ethics comes in. To what extent should we share our information? To what extent the data should be saved versus being sold to other companies? And there's so much of issues related to, sharing all of these data. AI generating a novel based on so many things, AI generating its own music by picking up snippets of music from everywhere else, and then the question of stealing comes over here. The question of so many copyright issues come. So there's so much involved when you use AI, right? So that is why we have this conference for us to get a clear picture into how should we handle these issues related to AI. So the conference dealt with so many things about biases, fairness, accessibility, all of these issues that come with the use of AI. And that's why I think the conference was a super duper hit, just because people from the industry who really work as ethicists in a very huge company, one of the biggest companies on this earth, Google, they tell every single day, 8 hours, their job is to tell Google where they could go wrong, right? And those people came to our conference and they spoke about how AI can go wrong when it comes to, making these moral decisions. So I think that conference really, really touched the hearts of many people.
Thank you so much for participating in this interview. It was great to hear about all the things that you're participating in.
My pleasure, Harini. Thank you so much.